Hello everyone, this is Coding a Dream, and today we are starting a brand new series called Making a Discord Clone. So today on episode 1 we will start with the backend of it, just serve a simple web page, because Discord is actually a web app that then is served through something called Electron. We will see that later, but first let's do a web server, a simple web server for it. So what you need to do is install Node.js first. You can go to nodejs.org/en/download and download the version corresponding to your operating system. Then after you have Node.js installed, you can go to your terminal. If you need help installing the terminal on Windows, you can ask me in the comments, I will help you with that. After you have your terminal open, you can create a folder on your projects folder. We called it Concord because it's not Discord at all. And then we are creating a Node.js project. For that, we are running npm init to initialize a Node.js project. It will be called Concord version 001 instead. Then node description, it will start with serve.js. This will be our main file. Then no need for a test command, no need for a git repository, nor keywords, nor author. Okay, so our project is created. Let's clear this and check our files. We have package.json inside, so let's see what is in here. Let's go to our editor. You can do code, because I am using Visual Studio Code. If you have Visual Studio Code, you can do this and open this folder there. So yeah, let's run this. Okay, we have our editor open here. So what we will do now is check our package.json. Okay, so it has everything we need here. We will just remove the test script, because we really don't need this. So let's not get confused. Okay, let's create our main file. So new file, server.js. Okay, so we have our brand new JS file. What we need to do now is install a framework for us to work on, a package, sorry. So what we will do first is, let's go to the terminal. We will install something called Express. So Express is, install Express. Express is a package that will allow us to create a web server in a very simple way. Let's say that. Okay, so let's go back to our editor. Okay, so now that we are in the editor, we have installed our Express package, we can import it. So let's say that Express is required Express. Okay, so now we have Express right here. Then we will need to create an app. So our app, we just initialize Express. All right. So what do we need now is, let's define some configuration. We will need a port to serve our HTTP server. So how we will do that is, instead of declaring a variable here to hold the port, we will already create a config file. Let's call it config.js. Then we will say this file will export as a module. So an object, this object right here, that will have several configurations. For now, it will be only the port. And let's say it is 3000 for now. Let's go back to our server. So now we have to import our configuration. So require config. All right. Let's keep the formatting the same. So let's go through it. First, we will say whenever we reach the root path of our server, we will send an hello world for now. So let's say when we send a GET request, if you're not familiarized with what is a GET request or POST request, you can search for some HTTP guide where you will learn what these request methods are. You can search for HTTP request methods. So we will say when we do a GET request for the root, we will get information about the request and the response. And let's do something about it. Okay, so for now, all we will do is say send to the response. We will send a text. Hello world. All right. Let's go here. We will tell our app to listen for requests in the port config.port. Then we will just do console. We will log to our console. Concord is listening on port, and then our port. This will not work because we should not use these quotes, but these ones instead. Right here. All right. Looks good. So I think we can run this. Let's go to our terminal. Okay, so in the terminal, let's clear this and do npm start. Oh, okay, there is something wrong here. Oh, yeah, sure. So it says that port is not defined, so because we need to use config.port. Let's run it again. Okay, so Concord is listing on port 3000. Let's go to our browser again. And in the browser, we will go to localhost, so it is our local host, and open with the port 3000. Oh, hello world. Okay, it's working. So what if we want to serve files instead? So an HTML file, for example. What we will need to do, let's go back to our editor. We will need to first tell our server that there is static content to serve. So we will do a folder that will hold all the public files. So, sorry, this is a file. A directory that will hold all the public stuff we will serve. So HTML files, CSS, client-side JavaScript. We will probably use React.js for this project. So the files that will be built from React will be put in here. Okay, so we have our public folder. Let's create an index.html file. Okay, so this is our HTML file. Let's do a doctype tag, HTML tag, head tag, and body tag. This is the basics of HTML. So we will add a title and say it's Concord, not Discord. Okay. And then in our body, we will have a hello world in a HTML file. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, so what we'll do now is go to our server file, and we will need to serve this file. What we need to do is tell our app to use let's call express.static and the folder public. All right. So now we will use the public folder as the root folder for our static content. Now instead of sending hello world, we want to send a file. All we need to do is do res.send file and then the path of the file. We will import a module called path that will help us get paths, and then we will do simply send file path.join. We want to join our directory with public index.html. Okay, so now with this set, let's do Ctrl+C in our terminal and then npm start again. Alright, it is listening. Let's see if it works. Go to the browser. Okay, so now we have hello world in an HTML file. So we are using that HTML file, and if we see the title, Concord, not Discord. This is what we want. This is a very simple and small tutorial, really for beginners. So in the next episode, we will start working on our front end. So maybe on React, I'm still not very sure of it. But yeah, see you in the next episode.